Hi, and welcome to the wrongest of ways. It's been a while since the last video. I have some stuff to talk about, so let's get into the video. So last week I took a week off. Yes, a YouTuber actually caring about his mental health state. Well, at last. It's kind of tough for me to sometimes shut off for this content creation, but yeah, that's what I did last week. It's generally a very tense time in the world right now, with still what's happening in Palestine, Free Palestine, you know, with the war in Ukraine, which is basically the country next to me. And then I had also some private stuff going on in my life. So I did need that time off, and that's why the schedule might be a bit off with all of the reviews, all of the content, but I'm back. I'm back, and there's a lot of stuff happening very soon on the channel. With that said, I wanted to warm up a little. This is my happy place. The wheel is my happy place. This time with the Lynx with a no front pad setup, so I can really bend my knees. And yeah, let's hit it here, and then we'll go some other places too. All right, speed is the most important thing on the pump track, so let's go. Whoa, bit too far. Also, the cutoff angle is set to 70. Way. Whoop. That was a bit too slow, so make another round. Whoa, I can do much more fun stuff right now on pump track. I was doing plenty of actually training in the meantime. So let's do it once again. All right, so a bit less speed on the first ones, a bit more speed on the second ones. It's about 20 kilometers an hour, I guess. So let's go. Perfect, very nice. Let's jump sideways. Okay, now more speed. Perfect. Oh, very nice, actually. Whoa. That tilt angle is so important here. Whoa. And here's a big jump with a deep landing. Oh boy. You know, as much as before I liked to just ride, do some inclines, go somewhat far, now it's really where it's at here. You know, the skate parks, the bike trails, the jumps, that's really what makes me quite happy right now. And this is also why basically I just ride wheels under 40 kilograms right now. Also, I really like when I am able to brake on a wheel, and the heavier the wheel, the more tough it is. But okay, enough talking. Let's do it with another angle. I also really like the fact that I can jump out of the line right now. So before I was too scared of pedal clipping, but now I can do it. Let me show you. So essentially I just go pretty sideways, but woo! That's almost the best feeling, really, to get out from a berm. Let's try it again real quick. And go! Oh, that was a nice warm-up. Oh, here's a little bit of an incline, actually. Should we do it? It is. Probably the tire's gonna spin, but that's gonna be fun. So I'll just go too fast because I don't want to fall. Whoa. Whoop. And we can do that down here. Woohoo. By the way, sorry if there's no structure to this video. Well, that is because there is no structure. I didn't lay anything out. I started to do scripts with my main reviews and stuff, but this time, honestly, after the last week and a bit of more challenging times, that's all I'm able to do. So it is what it is. But I am super happy to see you guys again. Comment something below. I'm curious to read your comments. Like as well. It's good to record a video again. Although it's really hasn't been that much of a long time, but it's a long time for me anyway. So I wanted to update you guys on what will be happening soon on the channel, because there's a lot. First of all, I'm gonna tell you about the traveling that I'll do. and then I'm going to tell you about all of the updates on the wheels that I currently have, because you're waiting for the reviews. You keep asking me V14, Lynx, Begode, Extreme. You just keep asking me what's the best wheel. I might give you some answer to that because it depends on the preference. And I'm still like annoyed about quality insurance on wheels, but that's a different subject. But yeah, that's something I'm going to answer later. First, let me tell you about the traveling that I'll do the coming month, and perhaps what I'll do after that. By the way, that's a incline I didn't tackle yet. The surface is horrible though. It's a 45-degree incline. It has a good like ending on top, but it's always so freaking slippery. So I don't know, maybe someday. All right, so we're entering the necro trails, as in necromancy, because it's right next to a huge cemetery in Warsaw. Any of the EUC jumping guys, I mean, chapeau, shibi. If you want to come visit Poland, I can show you the places around. Like those jumps, there's a big variety of them. There's like very steep jumps, but there's also like nice mellow ones. Like more in, let me see. In this area, this jump I really like. It's sort of like a mini canyon gap. Oh, squirrel. Hello, squirrel. I was doing that last Sunday here, and I was doing it on an extreme, and then I did it yesterday evening on the Lynx. And that brings me to the first trip, because I tried to decide which wheel to bring to Vienna. In Vienna, there's going to be Masters of Dirt. It's a big show with mountain bikers and motorcyclists doing crazy stunts, big jumps, etc., etc. And Shippy Time is going to be there. So I'm going to meet up with Mike. Maybe he'll do some crazy stunts. I don't know. I'm excited to see. In any way, we're going to ride in Vienna together and maybe shred a little, find some nice spots to do some crazy things on wheels, because that's what we're good at. So that's the first trip. The second trip is gonna be to China, and I'm really excited to go to Shenzhen to visit all of the EUC manufacturers. It's all still in the planning process. I was slacking it off a little because of my, I guess, mental state, but it's getting better. I'm trying to work things out. So China is gonna happen sometime end of March, probably more like beginning of April. Gonna stay there for probably 2 weeks or so, visit all of the manufacturers, and maybe there's also an exciting cooperation opportunity coming up. So that's gonna be another trip. And then there's some more loosely sort of based trips coming to the season when it's getting warm and nice outside. So I'd really like to go to Canada again, visit all my friends in Vancouver. Cheers, guys. Visit Albert. Visit Liam, Aaron, Dino Eats Delivery, visit all of the great locals there. Gabe, yes, Gabe Kwok, doing some nice videos on wheels. And I would also really like to visit the UK again, because, man, I mean, the people there are amazing, and the parks, they are just sublime. I'd love to also just go to Twisted Oaks Bike Park. Maybe Sam Pilgrim would be there. I would love to show him what EUCs can do. So those are the more loosely based trips, but I think they're gonna happen. And I really got into checking out campervans lately, but I really wanted to have a electric campervan, and the choice there is quite limited. So maybe you saw a short on the ID Buzz, but that thing is ridiculously expensive. Maybe I could loan one though. And the other ones that are cheaper, they are just, they have just small batteries, or they charge slow. Could be also a Tesla. They are the cheapest electric cars right now, with the biggest range and good charging infrastructure. Maybe a tenth then, I don't know. But that was something I kind of wanted to explore, because I could do like a tour in Europe on an EUC, but I would need a trailer, and I would need a wheel with a big battery. And you know, with all that said, a van with, you know, all of my gear inside and my computers and a desk would be kind of maybe a better option. So that's a very sort of out there idea. I'm not really planning to realize it so much because things are just super expensive, and leasing, commitments, credits, like, yeah, that's not something I wanted to commit to right now, especially on a sort of like a 2-3 year basis. I don't know. Anyways, too much talking. These are the loosely based plans on traveling. Maybe some cities in Poland as well, some skate parks. Going to Paris would be amazing as well, to visit Raphael and other riders there. But that's the traveling schedule. It might become also a bit busier. So now we're gonna hit some jumps. Although they're a bit wet, I think it'll be fine. And then I'm gonna tell you about the progress on the wheel reviews and the videos happening there. So I did this jump once as well on the extreme. Maybe I'm gonna do it today. Hit the like button if you want to see it. I mean, it won't change anything in the video, but I mean, maybe that's what you do when you do a YouTube video. Okay, let's do the medium line now. Got a new backpack, which is pretty sturdy, so I think I'll be fine to jump with the backpack. Let's go. Whoop. This jump is super tall. Let's try to put the camera to the side. Maybe that's a better idea. And first jump small, and the second one big. Whoa! Oh, that was so too flat of a landing. Whoa! Oh. Honestly, I don't know if I can actually do it with the camera that well. So maybe let me put the camera on a tripod. All right, let's try one more time with the camera. I made the stick a bit shorter, and I'll try to do both jumps. First slow, second one faster. Perfect. And the whoa, my goodness. That's better. I think one more attempt and then we'll be perfect. First one a bit slower. Let's go. Second one fast. And this one, oh my god. Oh, that was perfect. Nice. Oh, such a fun time. Need one more angle. Whoa. I'm not ready for the gap jump yet, but I'll do it eventually. I'll do it, I promise. Oh shit, I promised. Alright, so I said I will do this one, so I'll do it. For scale, that's the height of the takeoff. And by the way, don't worry, I think I have my best gear setup yet that I had ever. So I have a mountain bike helmet. This is one with a detachable chin piece. I think I'm gonna get a bit of a more like heavy duty downhill helmet. But I've just found that the motocross helmets, they're great. I just don't see so much for the jumps in them. So currently I'm sort of jumping in between the motocross and downhill. Now it's downhill because it's light, I can see anything. It's kind of cool. And it has MIPS as well, Bell Super Air R. But probably you can get something a bit safer for this kind of jumps. Then I have the new Liat 3DF Airfit armor. And yeah, big thanks to Jo, because that's the armor she's been riding in for years. She recommended it to me and it's pretty awesome. It's very light. I pretty much don't feel it at all. Then I have the knee braces, which work great with EUCs, and I also got myself some new shoes. These are motorcycle shoes because I just kept getting hit in this area and I have a huge bruise on my heel because I was riding in downhill mountain bike shoes. So I've just changed to those motorcycle shoes because while on a bicycle, like if it hits you, it's not as bad because it's pretty light. But then if like a 40-kilogram behemoth hits you, not nice, not nice. And wrist guards, back to wrist guards, and some glovels. So yeah, that's okay. I'm just buying time. Let's hit this jump. Should be fairly easy. Let's go. Speed. Whoa. conquering this fear. I'm shivering, like you can't see stress on me, but I'm actually shivering. It's a freaking great feeling. Stay with the camera. Oh my God, I'm really shivering. Like that's an annoying part. You can't see stress on me. I'm just sort of doing it, but I'm freaking terrified. Believe me. Like you just see that here, and then you know you have to go fast, and then there's a small bump. Just forget about it. I need to just do it quick before I like realize too much things. Too many things. All right. Okay, speed, fast. Fast. A bit too slow. I don't want to overdo it, because if I overdo it, I'll have a very hard landing. So, EUC got stuck. Let's do it a bit quicker. Speed. All right, let's go. That's really good. One more time. Clean this time, clean. That's what I need. Clean jump of a good landing. And it feels great. Okay, speed. That's perfect. Oh my God. All right. That's good. It's almost like unlocking a level, you know, in a game. Once you do it, you can do it all over and over again. But first time is like terrifying. Let's go. Speed. All right. I just need a little bit more, I don't know, confidence with it. I guess confidence, that's the word. As confident as you can go on such a big jump. Okay, more speed. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's, okay, no, not perfect. It's kind of hard to judge. When is it too fast? When am I taking off too hard? Am I accelerating too much in the takeoff? Let's go. Okay, that was perfect. That was really nice. Okay, I'll try to keep the speed this time and go into the second jump. Not the black one, the blue one. It's really tough to like make the landings without braking, so let's go. A bit more speed. All right, and now the second jump. And okay, let me change the angle for you guys. You're probably bored with this one. All right, speed. Whoop. Whoa. All right, it's a very satisfying line. Let me show you another jump. All right, so the other jump I did last time is here, and I actually shoveled it with my bare hands, or with a shovel. There's this scary pit of death, like underneath, but surprisingly enough, it's not such a bad jump. Just need the right speed for it, but I guess from this angle it does look pretty scary. Nevertheless, it looks in good condition. Check the landing, looks good too. So let's hit it. Flat jumps like these are much easier for EUC riding than those very steep jumps I did earlier. So let's hit it. Happily there's no people here, so it's much easier. I just need to check the trajectory. I'll go here, cross the carpet there, and then there. Okay, perfect. Let's go. If I can give you like one tip about jumping, don't brake. Okay, let's go. Sending it here, and speed. Such a nice jump, so mellow. Let's do it again with another angle. Now with the camera from behind, let me just adjust it a little. Let's go. Nice mellow jump here. And speed. And this is another jump I didn't have the guts to do last time. So depending on how ballsy I feel, I will edit this part out when I'm talking about it or leave it in the video. Magic of editing. All right, in the end, I think I won't do it. I will blame it on the run-up and the fact that it seems like maybe some water got into the button here because the wheel keeps turning on and off on me. I don't know, I'll keep observing it, but perhaps that's not the best choice to do like huge jumps that you never did before on such an occasion. Like, I'll leave it. I'll do it eventually, but not today. So let's get into the reviewing process, shall we? And what's popping there? Here we have a nice staircase to go up on. Ooh. The weather. In Polish, you just call it, it's szompy. It's just sort of this nasty little rain droplets that make you wet and you don't even see the rain. And this is the weather that has been on it like most of the time the past months. And it's, if there's the thing I really don't like most about living here, I guess it's this weather. Because then you don't like to do off-road, you just sort of want to stay at home. But yeah, what can you do, I guess? Nevertheless, when it comes to, oh, I actually can go behind those sound barriers and then it'll be quieter. Okay, let's do that. So when it comes to the wheel reviewing queue, I have 6 wheels in the queue. So there's the Song 16S, the small wheel, 16-inch, sort of the updated version of the 16S. Then we have the Song S16, the new cheaper wheel by Song with suspension. We have the Song S19, another cheaper wheel by Song with suspension. Then we have the veteran Lynx I'm riding on right now, the inMotion V14, and the Begode Extreme. So that's a lot of work, especially with scripting the material and making it very meticulously so you really know the whole story behind every wheel. So I think the biggest hurdle for me right now is the teardowns, because I don't have so much of a space where to do it like nicely and well. So maybe that's something I'll work on the coming weeks or months. Or I'll just reduce the number of, please don't kill me, please don't kill me! Jesus Christ! Why? Why I have to deal with it? Was green. If you ever think why I don't like cars here, that is exactly why. Yes, I need to find a space or a way to make those wheel teardowns a bit more sort of easy to do. Because last time I was sitting with my friend for like a whole day to just tear down the Extreme. We found some things, but subscribe to see more. It will be in the Begode Extreme review. But yeah, that's I guess the toughest part about reviewing those wheels. Maybe I just need a workshop or something. In any case, the Extreme will be first on the list to review. That will be probably coming sometime next week, maybe something like that, because I have all of the info. I just need to record the footage and write the script for that. I need to... Next in line will be the Song S19, I believe, because I don't know, with that wheel I'm just kind of tired of riding it. The pads are in the way. I thought they won't be, but they are. So it's just the wheel I just don't use it all that much. Sometimes grocery shopping, small errands, but maybe a great wheel for, you know, casual riders, but I just don't use it pretty much at all. Especially with that tire. Like if it had a CST tire, a CST street tire, maybe then I'd use it more. But as it is, not so much. And that was a conundrum I had. Maybe I'll switch the tire on it just to make the review a bit more proper, because with that tire, I think this wheel would be a lot better. So then inMotion V14 first impressions, that's something I need to do. S16 first impressions, I guess. Then the Song 16S review, that will be next in line. Then probably the V14 review and then S16 review. So it's plenty of work ahead. Maybe this is a bit overwhelming for me just because of the amount of work there is. And to be honest, you guys, I just want to ride. Like, it's so tough to review a wheel these days because, you know, a couple years ago I would just say, oh, this is awesome, and I just try it out. I'm super excited. I can't do this anymore. This wouldn't be genuine because Number one, there's quality assurance issues with those wheels. So even with my Extreme, I have it for 2,000 kilometers, 0 problems, nothing. But then someone buys it and it just fries when you turn it on. So there's just so much stuff that goes into it, into reviewing those wheels. It's really tough to give you like an objective feedback with, oh, is it off? No. It's really tough to give you guys an objective feedback because of those quality assurance issues. Some wheels are great, some wheels are not. What can I do? Like, I can review how they ride, I can review how they feel, I can review how mine looks like from the inside, but that doesn't mean yours will be like that. And that's a big issue. I think we just need some sort of website, some sort of data logging with all of the wheels and their issues. What is their percentage of failure? What is the, you know, what are the good things about it? What are the issues we noted? That's a big plane? No, it's a small plane. So yeah, that's the thing with reviewing wheels. And then it just takes up so much time. Honestly, I'm just like you guys. I just want to ride. And that's what maybe I've been just putting it off, procrastinating a little bit, trying to ride and progress my skill instead of just giving you guys purchasing opinion, purchasing feedback. So nevertheless, this is the waiting line for the wheels in terms of reviews. When it comes to new wheels, I'm not planning any for now. I know there's the ET Max, but it's super heavy. I don't know if I'm down to riding such a heavy wheel again. It just feels a bit too dangerous for me, honestly. I don't know if it can brake fast enough. And even with the Lynx, like the Lynx is nice, but it's so big and chunky. I feel like I don't feel good putting this like inside of, I don't know, going into restaurants and like places. I would preferably just lock it up outside. Maybe that's something that I'll do with an air tag or something, because this is getting too big. This is getting too big. The Extreme is for me the limit, really. All right, so with that said, here's a couple more jumps I wanted to do, and then I'll answer a question that some of you guys asked. What's the best off-road wheel currently? All right, so here's the jump, and I know I can land pretty far. So there's the jump, here's the landing, and I landed like here yesterday. So let's do this jump real quick, and maybe we'll do a drop as well. All right, lots of speed is the answer here. Woo! Oh my goodness! All right, lots of speed again. Whoa! Feel a jitter in the air a little bit. I wonder if that's visible on the camera. So I really like this drop. Just goes from here to here. Chill out, I guess, because I did it many times. I'll try to do my best to hit it well this time as well. Let's go. Whoa! A bit too early. Perfect. Speed. That was almost too fast. So fun to ride around here on the Lynx though. Alright, so you guys keep asking me what's the best wheel for off-road, and I really need to make a comparison when it comes to that. So I'll just try to be really quick to not make this video too long, but I do need to make like a longer video where we compare like S22, Patton, Begode Extreme, inMotion V14. That's sort of the plan. Maybe someone will snitch the idea before, I don't know, we'll see. It's not really snitching, is it? But anyway, I will just go through the most popular models, if that makes sense. So starting with the good old S22 Pro. For jumps, you just keep seeing it. Like you see it on Chapeau, you see it, should be doing those jumps. Somehow it manages. Somehow it just does those jumps, and You know, the riders are extremely doing extreme performance with it. My biggest issues with the S22, and that's also why I gave it back. Number one, the bolts are breaking. Even if I get stronger bolts, I just don't feel like this suspension geometry is the best idea, really. I don't like the rollers all that much, but that seems to be fixed with the newest rollers. I don't know. Second thing I don't like about it, it's not as torquey. Definitely not as torquey as the Extreme. Definitely not as torquey as the Lynx. So torque-wise, it's just out for me. And I don't like the suspension sort of travel that much. It sags so much. And if I have the stiffer spring, I had just a weird setup with the geometry, so it just didn't have all that much trouble with the setup I had. Nevertheless, with a stronger shock, maybe good, but I still have some other more issues, issues with it. Number one, I don't know how durable it is with the BMS. Plenty of people having BMS issues with it. Number two, I don't like the waterproofing. It's very subpar, and the Extreme is so much better at it. And another thing I don't like about it is the phase wires. I just saw 2 or 3 Song S22s just fried their phase wires, like the yellow one of them. So it doesn't seem like it handles like very long sustained loads all that much. So while the Song S22 is like a bit of a cheaper option, lighter option, like that's my opinion. You'll find plenty of opinions on this wheel. That's just my sort of short hot take on it. And the other opinions might be right too. That's just sort of my take on it. So then let's go to the Extreme. The Extreme has been performing flawlessly with me. Like, I was so stunned, honestly, how good the suspension rods in the geometry perform. They're not bent, they're smooth, and the suspension is built in a way that actually prevents those rods from bending. So I did so much, honestly, so much torture to this wheel. Probably the most I did to any wheel ever, with falls, with you know, huge jumps, huge drops, and it just works. It just works all the time. And the suspension slider mechanism, it's not that dirty inside. So although it might be smoother, the suspension is not as smooth as the, you know, veteran suspension. It's not even as smooth as the Song suspension, but it works. And it works good enough for extreme off-roading. Extreme. It has plenty of torque, although it could be a bit more. And the travel is awesome. Like the suspension travel on this wheel is really like a game changer. That's what puts this wheel for me above the V14 and the Patton, and it doesn't bottom out all that much. I love the software on it. I love the wide rim on it. The Begode Extreme would be my number 2 best off-road wheel. It's great for jumps, although it has a slight lack of power when you land on your heels too much. If you brake too much on a jump, you can do it with technique, but sometimes it feels a bit jittery. A lot better than the S22 though. Like, I just don't feel comfortable jumping on the S22 anymore. Although there's plenty of people doing great jumps with it. Nevertheless, Extreme, flawless. It's been really flawless from my experience with it, at least. I mean, I saw some stuff on the inside. Phase wires were poking out a little bit. But yeah, more on that in the review. So that will be my number 2 best off-road wheel, I would say, and best for jumps too, because it does both great. One issue is that with that 16-inch tire, you have your feet a lot closer to the tire. So on those high jumps, you can just hit with the toe if you're not careful. So that's why for those huge jumps, I will probably use the Lynx. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, you've been also asking about the inMotion V14. And the V14 is such a good wheel, just in my experience for now. Such a good wheel for beginners too. It has lower foot plates. It has insane torque, really insane torque. Is it still on? It is on, okay. I think it's torqueier than the Extreme. Maybe it's torquey or torqueier than the Lynx. I don't know. I'm really divided on that, but it feels so good. Software is so good. The thing is though, for like tougher off-roading, the foot plates are just too low and they're not adjustable. The suspension travel is not enough, and I'm yet to see how durable it is actually. So if you're just looking for mild off-roading, maybe some jumps, because I also did some jumps on it. It bottoms out, but if it still feels pretty great. The inMotion V14 is really really a nice pick, but it's also super expensive. So at that point, Extreme is like €1,000 cheaper. Is it actually worth it to pay so much for the V14? I don't know. It's an amazing all-around package though. You don't need to buy anything once you get it. You can just buy some accessories if you want to, but you don't need it. Sadly, it doesn't have a seat. So inMotion V14, I think it's like the best pick if you're just starting out. If you want a wheel for just mild stuff and some bigger jumps, it's great. Just for the more really ridiculous stuff, I don't think it's the best choice. Super playful, super fun for all of this stuff. I love riding on this wheel. I wouldn't just take it to like the biggest sense around here. So then we have the veteran Patton. I did a review on it recently. Check it out if you didn't. That wheel, it just doesn't have enough travel. Not enough travel. Very unmaneuverable off-road. Very fun. Could be great for you, but no drops, no big jumps. And reliability of it doesn't seem so good after all. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. So the Patton is just out for me because of the travel and yeah, essentially suspension travel is what is the main gripe here, and no smart BMS either. So mild stuff, yes, but bigger jumps, bigger drops, and like more extreme stuff. Not enough travel and bottoming out. And then we move to the Lynx, which I'm riding on right now. And probably currently for me right now, this is the best off-road wheel out there. Some might disagree with me, saying it's too big of a wheel, it's not as maneuverable. And I agree, it's not as maneuverable, but this thing just glides over everything. The suspension is just so smooth. And because you have those higher foot plates, because you have this bigger tire, you're just not so afraid of hitting stuff with your feet. So especially when going up, when doing those steeper ramps, I feel just so good on this wheel. It has insane torque, probably the most torquey wheel next to the V14, I guess. Maybe a bit more, I don't know. I would have to really check because both of them go up a 45-degree slope. Extreme speed, great range. Weight is the same as the V14 with bigger batteries. Yeah, this wheel just has it all except for the size. It's very bulky, and that's what's the most annoying part about it for me. It just doesn't feel as playful as the Extreme, but I still put it on #1 for off-roading, even for jumps perhaps, although I didn't do that big jumps, but maybe I'll do on this wheel. Just because of the bigger tire, the higher foot plates, the insane performance. It doesn't tilt back as much in the air, I don't feel like, when it comes to those jumps. And the suspension. Could be more suspension travel. I prefer the suspension travel of the Extreme, but as a package, this just seems to do it all the best. So, I don't know guys, this has been really an off-script video. I think it's way too long. Comment below if you liked it. I don't know, like it. I'll go back to my usual schedule now. A bit more scripted, a bit more defined content. But it is what it is. Free Palestine, and see you in the next video, which will be probably from Vienna with Shibby, so super exciting. Take care, guys. Take care, guys. Bye.